like my cape. It's a good cape. Pretty flowers. Must be quiet. Okay. Quiet. Alright, where to now? Look. Ah, hoofprints. I must press on. Okay. It's his horse. I wouldn't call that thrashing wildly, but okay. It's a nice looking horse. Up the stairs we go. It's a certain doom. It's quite the tower up there. There are times when I wish you could run faster than this. Wait a minute. Wow, look at that statue. It's quite the thing. So let's see, looking over here. Go do a little bit of exploring. I know it's probably very desperate, there's people dying and stuff. There's the battlefield. It's mostly fire. Where are you? Maybe I see the statue from this side. It's moved. Flames. Wow. What is that thing? Confront. Alright. Yeah. I have confronted you. Oh no, I can't. You have come too late, servant of Gilgalad. Your fear has left you defenseless, and the elf has been borne away by the winged beasts of my master. The Elf King will never see him again, and he shall suffer evermore in the dungeons of Barad-dûr. I wish I could move. But you shall be changed, and you will return to Gilgalad as his greatest foe. Such is the will of Sauron. Oh dear. Green stuff. Suffer now, and rise anew into the realm of the unseen. Oh. And loading screen. Now entering Rivendell Valley. Thumbs end to the Hall of Rest. Hello? Oh, there's a bed. Oh, I'm in a bed. Mumble. Look at me sleeping. My shield glitches in the night. Lord Elrond, Caridor has awoken at last. I'll still look asleep, but okay. You are safe from harm, Enemies. The wound is healed, but he remains in need of rest. Yeah. And I fall asleep again. Okay. Ah, and I awoke. Look at me. I have fancy doodads in my hair. Yeah. Lovely copper locks. Pretty green eyes. A good-looking elf. What am I doing? Find Elrond. I like how they left me to sleep with a spear for however many millions of years. Elrond.
It brings me great joy to see you upon your feet once more, my friend.
After you fell, we attempted to heal you upon the battle plain, but the Witch King of Angmar had dealt you a grievous injury, one unlike any dealt to our peoples before by hands of the Dark Lord. The decision was made to return you to Imladris, far from the lands of the enemy. You suffered for years in restless agony as my healers worked to free you from the evils that lingered in your wound. When the war was ended, I returned to aid them and learned much of healing foul wounds of Morgul steel. When at last you could rest, you did so for many long years. Despite my efforts, your strength has diminished greatly. It may take a great time, but I believe you shall know again the power that lies within you. As for the task given you by Gil-galad, do not consider it a failure. None could have foreseen the enemy's malice in sending his Nazgul to seize Theleron. Tragically, he was never found, even after Barad-dûr was brought to ruin. It wounded Gil-galad greatly to lose you both in the war, and it is said that his light was dimmed through all the battles that followed. Even so, he did not falter before the enemy. No, you did not fall in vain, my friend. Our victory on the battle plain that day bore fruit indeed. Sauron resisted our assaults for 7 years in the Dark Tower, but in the end he was cast down by Gil-galad and Elendil. Elendil's son Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's finger, destroying the Dark Lord and banishing him from this realm. Alas, there is more to be said on these matters. You remember the war as if it were yesterday, do you not? Yes, I do. You are one of the few that remain in this realm who can recall it as I do, my friend. I come here often to reflect on the sacrifices we made in that war. It's a pretty garden. Indeed, Gil-galad and Elendil defeated the Dark Lord, but they did so at the cost of their own lives. The realms of elves and men were thus changed forever, and the world has passed into the Third Age. I've been asleep for like 1,000 years. And so it has been for many years now. Elrond, you're pacing. I do not wish— 3,018! I do not wish to alarm you, Caridor, but it is now the 3,018th year of the Third Age. That was quite the nap. Even if much else has changed, Imladris is as you remember it. You have borne many burdens in your time, my friend, and so I give you leave to depart to the Havens if you wish it. There is another here who has sustained a terrible wound in the war. Hithgol! I remember Hithgol is his name. Since chance has woken you today, perhaps he too is healed of the enemy's wounds. See if he is woken from his long rest, and then we shall speak more of your journey to the Havens. Okay. Despite appearing outwardly healed, Hithgall seems to be in a deep, uneasy slumber. Well, yeah, look at his arms flung everywhere. His strength is returning, but he remains in restless slumber. A few months more, I think. Okay. Sorry, Elrond. He's not awake yet. Still sleeping. You should really
Much has
make him more
changed since
comfortable.
we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend.
It is unfortunate to hear of Hithgall's continued ills, but I hope he shall soon recover as you have. You see, when the battle came at last to Barad-dûr, Sauron himself felled Hithgall with a deadly blow, and it seemed only by the grace of the Valar that he was not at once ended. Even still, the steel of the Dark Lord's weapons was tainted in much the same way as the blade that pierced you, and he has suffered its effects as you did for many long years. Now then, we have spoken enough of the past. Let us turn our minds to the days ahead. Indeed, many have departed this realm for the uttermost west, by the ships of Círdan, our friend of old. He is now called the Shipwright by those who know his works, and he dwells in Mithlond with the few that remain in his service as skilled crafters. Much of the wood used by Círdan is ferried to Mithlond by way of the port of Gelundim along Ered Luin, and it is there you must journey to reach the havens. I have gathered your belongings and a few supplies for your journey. I have set your ring in its case upon the table across the room, and your armor rests in a chest at your bedside. It is still marked from battle, but time has not worn it out elsewise. Indeed, the passing of an age has dimmed only our light, but given rise to the shadow in the east. Concerning such matters, I have also prepared for you a tome of writings on the history of the Third Age thus far. You are free to claim them ere you depart. It's probably a good idea. Quests. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Elrond. Look at this book then, please. Please, book. Hello? Elrond, it won't let me have this book. No. There we go. Whoa! Horse. Steed. Wow. All these things. Where did those books go, Elrond? Oh, what have you got? There we go, nice leave that. Oh. Gather my belongings. Oops, that's a wall. Armor carefully collected. Yay, my armor's still shiny. And my snazzy ring. The Ring of Erigion. Alright. Elrond, yeah. Go talk to Elrond. Some nice tapestries, Elrond. Who's your decorator? I love this column. It's a lovely column.
Eladon and Elrohir are to follow an expedition to the ruins of Ithilien, and they shall see you to Celondim in the course of their travels.
Speak not of this to any outside our company, but I had a strange premonition, and in it, amidst a field of blurred visions, a voice rose, saying, "Blood-red footsteps upon snow-coloured black, where the dour king walks to take back his throne and finish what was begun. It is a troubling riddle, my friend, and one that I do not think soon solved. Have you any thoughts on its meaning? You hear a muffled creak as the doors to Tharnsen open. Ah, it is just as well. Such troubles are best left to Doloras and his expedition. My sons await you by the door to the central courtyard. When you are ready to depart, they shall guide you to Celondim along the Ered Luin. May your journey be swift and free of hardship, my friend. Wow, that's a lot of stuff that you're giving me. Do I want a dagger or an axe? I'll be a dagger sort of elf. Consumables. Yeah, food. Got it. Yeah, experience. Elrohir and Elladan. You guys look like twins.
I am certain Father has told you all about the journey ahead. But do not worry. The matter of his dream need not trouble you.
Besides, the journey to Kellendon shall give us time to speak of other matters. I would think the events of the past 3,000 years would be of some interest to you. My brother and I stand ready to set out for Ered Luin. If you are prepared, we shall depart at once. Loading screen. This little cat's making noises. Hi, cat! Where you going, cat? Where you going, cat? I'll follow you. Following the cat. Gonna follow you, little cat. I've been asleep for a while. I can play with the cat. It's quite the current up there. Hi, cat. Where are we going, cat? Okay, cat. You're kind of boring. Alright, we should talk to people. Lennon, you want to talk to me? Oh, that's about something else. We'll do that later. I want to talk to this guy in the horrible lime green shirt. Caridor, have you heard the good tidings? The time has come at last to sail to Mithlond and the blessed Valinor. We have waited only 1 month, but each day has seemed a year since we arrived in Kellendon. The burdens of this realm shall soon be behind us, but I am curious if the sons of Elrond found what they sought in the ruins of Ithilien. I have heard many tales of the sorrowful history of that place, and how it came to ruin by the hands of a disreputable dwarf named Skolgrim Dourhand. But it has laid empty for many long years now. I wonder if anything remains to be found there. I have never walked upon the shores of the Blessed Realm, but I have heard many tales of Valinor. Your forebears once dwelt there, did they not? Did you as well? Terthon pauses a moment and studies your face. You look restless, my friend. What troubles you on such a joyous day? You tell Terthon that your thoughts are drawn to your friends and kin, and to the choice that was given to you to remain in Middle-earth if you so wished it. Why would you wish to remain here? As you must know well, the lands of Valinor heal all ails and replenish our spirits. The concerns of this realm are no longer ours. Terthon senses that his words have not convinced you. I see. Perhaps you should reflect upon the paths of your friends and kin to guide you. I can reflect on that. How do I do that? Are you a friend or kin? No. Ah, ghost people are my friends and kin. Glorfindel is my friend. You reflect upon the path of Glorfindel, who has remained in Middle-earth to stand against the evils of the enemy and the most vile of his servants. You think upon Glorfindel's deeds in the elder days of the world, and how his resolve has never faltered, even when confronted with death. Fills me with hope. Hope is good. Oh, this is Harthalin. You reflect upon the decisions of your dearest friend Harthalin, who has chosen to remain in Middle-earth and freed of evils before the time comes to bequeath it to men. You consider her duty to the people of this realm, and that she hoped you might return to aid her in the battles against the evils of the world. Courage! I got hope and courage. That's good. Wow, I can go tall. Elrond. You reflect on the decisions of Elrond Half-Elven, once the Herald of Gil-galad, whose time in this realm draws near to its ending. You consider Elrond's words, for he said you might depart for the uttermost west if you truly wished it, and that the burdens of this realm no longer fall to you, You consider that he kept you in Imladris, but that the choice might one day be yours, rather than sending you to revive in the uttermost west. Wisdom. Oh, you're dead, Gilgalad. You reflect upon the path of Gilgalad, the High King of the Elves, and the bravery he possessed as he fought and fell to purge the evils of Morgoth and Sauron from the world. You consider the loss of the elf Theron and the pain of losing a companion during the war as Gilgalad did. You consider the loss of your king, and you understand what his sacrifice meant for the peoples of Middle-earth. Determination. Excuse me. Findla?
Swilide Melan, will you stay a moment?
Friend and whatever, where are you? That's a pretty horse.
You know, it's a nice horse.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of horse it is.
Talk to you. Oh, at the end of the pier? Yes, there's a ghost there. Hi, cat! Círdan. You reflect upon the decisions of Círdan the Shipwright, who remained in Middle-earth that others of his kin might depart for the blessed realm of Valinor. Fills me with grace. Grace, courage, hope, wisdom, and determination. And now all of these things. Ah, so you return. Where has your reflection led you? You tell Terathon that you desire to remain in Middle-earth. It is not the choice I make, but I understand it, friend. You have made it your purpose to confront the forces of evil wherever they take hold, though it does not seem so here in Celondan. It is true that great evils are again at work in this realm. You see, while you were reflecting, Elladan and Elrohir arrived in Celondan and asked to speak with you at once. I told them I would deliver their request when you returned, and now they wait for you near the stablemaster. Hi, cat. My path leads to the uttermost west, but it seems yours now leads elsewhere. May the Valar guide you, and may you one day come to find peace in Valinor. Thank you, that's very nice. Oh, Elladan! And Elrohir. An unconscious person there. Uh-huh.
Turn right.
Ah! Why don't you guys have names? Ah! Caridor, I'm glad you have not yet departed. I feared we would be too late. Elladan and Elrohir's faces betray grave concerns. There are grim forces at work in Ered Luin, my friend. The terrible Gaunt-Lord, Ivar. What happened to Ivar? I don't remember. The terrible Gaunt-Lord, Ivar,
Find out, because we're playing again.
has bound vile spirits to the corpse of the Dwarf Lord Skogrim, and now the Dour Hands think him their leader reborn. Our foes escaped, and now the enemy has beguiled the Dour Hands into his service. Elrohir gives Elladan a knowing look. Indeed, the truth must be told, brother. When Father spoke of the shadow in the east, he spoke of Sauron, the Dark Lord. He has returned once more, Caridor, and he has sent his servants across the many lands of this realm in search of the ring that was lost. If Sauron recovers the ring, no host shall remain to stand against him, and all will be lost. The time shall soon come when the peoples of this realm are called to war, and I beg that you remain to guide them and make safe the lands of Middle-earth. It is a great demand to make of one as storied as you, at so final an hour, but I would not ask it if the need were not dire. It shall soon be a realm of men, and it must survive for them to inherit it. I beg you, will you remain? You tell Elladan and Elrohir that you have chosen to remain in the realm of Middle-earth. To have you among the forces that stand against Sauron brings me new hope for the days that lie ahead. You should aid the folk in Celondan and the lands beyond to hone your skills for the battles that surely await us. When the time comes, we shall call on you to join us. Sounds fun.
You done?
I think so.
Cool.
And thus ends the intro quest for the race High Elf. Ta-da! Find ourselves in quite a pretty little city, town, place, thing.
Alright.
Bye! And while you're walking,